Hi everyone, my name is Dante and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So just the other day, I was on my Snapchat and I was scrolling down through my memories and just looking at some old pictures, and I went all the way down to 2019 and I found one of my first makeup looks. Now, just to prep you, I did not know how to blend. I didn't know how to use lashes. Mascara was probably not even a part of my collection at the time. I was so not prepared. At the time, I only had, well, I had foundation and I had contour, but I didn't know how to use contour, so I never used it. Okay, so this is the look that I found. It was supposed to be blue to pink eyeshadow with a cut crease, but in the shape of a cloud, and then little stars around the clouds. Oh, that blending. Oh my gosh. So as you can see, I had no lashes. My blending was horrendous. I had no contour. I barely had mascara on. This needs some work. So that's the look I'm going to be recreating today, and I'm going to add a few of my personal touches that I would do now rather than I would do before. So although it's a recreation, it'll also have my personal touches that I would do nowadays. So just to save some time, I am going to do my base off camera. I will come back with a very nice prep face and we will get straight into the eyes. So to recreate this, I will be starting off on the outer corner, which is where I placed the blue. But in this look, I only used one shade, so I am going to be using a darker blue and then blending that out with a lighter blue. So to start off with, I will be taking my Triste Palette from Bewitched Beauty, use code Dante's Glam for 20% off, and I will be dipping into this dark blue shade down here called Sad Girl, and just tapping that dark blue on my outer corner and bringing it up to my crease. Now grabbing my James Charles X Morphe palette, I will be dipping into this light blue shade here called Playground and just blending out that dark blue with this shade. And now using circular motions on the top of that dark blue. Now I will be taking this dark purple shade here and applying that right next to where we applied that dark blue in the center of my eye. And just patting that right into my crease. Then I will be taking back the brush that we used for that first dark blue and just applying that right next to the purple just to sort of blend them together. Now going back in with my Triste palette, I will be taking this light purple shade here called Baby Girl and using that to blend out that dark purple. And just like we did with that lighter blue, I will be using circular motions to blend out that darker purple. And just like I did with the darker blue, I will be taking the lighter blue and blending that into the lighter purple that I just applied. Now going into my Pink's Juvia's Place palette, I will be dipping into this magenta shade and applying that onto my inner crease. And just patting that in like I did with the other darker colors. Now going back into the same palette, I will be taking this sort of bubblegum pink shade and using that to blend out that darker pink. And once again, using circular motions to buff it out. I remember the day when I first got my first makeup palette. It was the James Charles palette. It was on my birthday, May 9th of 2019, and I was super excited because my mom that same day got me both the palette and the brush set, so I got the whole package right away. And I just remember that night, I wanted to like just start makeup right away, but my mom wouldn't let me because she wanted me to clean my brushes first. But I got too excited and I decided to use them anyway, which is not okay. So now we're gonna go down to the lower lash line. I am going to be going back into that dark blue and applying that on the outer edge of my lower lash line. And just tapping that right into place, but keeping it in one area. Now I'm going to be dipping right back into this lighter blue and just blending out my lower lash line on the outer corner. And again, using circular motions. Now going back into that darker purple, I'm going to apply that on the lower lash line right on the center. I remember on my first few makeup looks, I thought they were popping. I thought they looked so good. I thought I was so pretty. I look back at it now and I'm like, oh, child, no. I will say a lot of the times I did use blues, purples, and pinks. I never used any other color, but I think over time I started to grow a liking for every other color, and that's why I started to do more rainbow type looks. Also, don't forget to blend that in with the dark blue sitting right next to it. And again, going in with that lighter purple, I'm going to blend out that darker one. Now I'm going to finish off the lash line using that magenta shade again on the inner portion. And now grabbing back that bubblegum shade, I am going to blend out that darker pink. Now going to the fun bit, we are going to start working on the cloud sort of cut crease. So for that, I'm going to be taking some concealer and a flat brush and just making the shape of a cloud. Hi. Hi. We have a little guest here that wants some makeup. Mwah. Okay, you want to go back down? Let's go back down. Here, go. So now taking this flat brush, I'm going to be using the shape of it to my advantage for the little round bits at the top of the clouds and just patting it on to my lid to create that shape. Now taking this MAC eyeshadow pot in the shade Crisp, I'm going to be taking another flat brush and just applying that right onto where my clouds are. Make sure to pat in that shade so you don't accidentally smudge the concealer. I am now also going to be taking a smaller flat brush so it's more defined, and I'm going to be making some smaller clouds on the edge of my shadows. Now that my clouds are nice and done, I will be taking this darker blue again and just patting that right on the edge of my lash line just so I can blend in those harsh white edges. Now to make my clouds a little bit more defined, I am going to be taking the NYX Epic Wear white eyeliner and just outline the clouds. Now on the original look, you can see that there's like, I want to say stars on the top of the clouds. And I'm going to try and implement that into this look, but I don't want this look to look too chaotic. I'm saying look way too much. But yeah, I don't want this to look too crazy, so I'm going to add just a little bit of stars. So again, I will be using that same white eyeliner for the stars. Now I'm going to be going back in with the La Triste palette, and I'm going to be dipping into this shiny pink here called Last Kiss and applying that into my inner corner. Looking at the picture, I just realized I didn't have an inner corner shade. Okay, so now I'm going to be, no, what? Okay, so now that this eye is done, I'm going to go off camera, do my other eye, and we will move on to mascara and lashes. Okay, now that both eyes are done, we are going to move on to mascara and lashes. For mascara, I will be using one from Anastasia. Now for lashes, I will be using these ones from Vevi's Beauty in the style Natural High. Okay, now moving on to highlighter, I will be using this one in the shade Heavenly from Koki Professional. Now for the lips, I want to stick with something nudie, so I am going to be taking this brown one from NYX and then taking this lighter shade from Kat Von D, and I'm going to be putting them together. Then taking this gloss from Cool Cats Cosmetics, don't forget to use code Dante's Glam for 20% off. I will be applying that right over top of the lip. And that, my people, is the final result. I actually really like how this came out. I think it looks so much better than the original. Here's a little side by side. I'll let you guys decide which one looks better. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media down below, and every company that I have a code with will be left down in the description below as well. Don't forget to ring the little bell notification so you get to see anytime I post, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!